What's up, Lenny? What's up, family?
How you doing? How you doing today?
Doing
Hallelujah.
What is we eating? Nachos from Casa.
Yes, we're doing Mexican. We're eating chicken and bean nachos. I have guacamole dip. Sir Charles doesn't like guacamole.
I don't do the guac stuff. I don't do the guac.
I have deluxe with the sour cream. He doesn't really care for all of that. He's got a little bit on there, but.
Asmar.
And we have some white dip. And
Spicy. And some
chips and salsa.
Some salsa.
I don't know what to call it, but it's pretty spicy.
But it's like, what is it? Mayonnaise, mayo dip. I mean, it's got mayonnaise in it. It's good stuff. It's
has
spicy.
mayonnaise ranch. I think they said that one time.
Ranch? I don't know. It's good spicy.
It is kind of spicy, and I'm not very keen on that tonight. But it's really good.
We're gonna got this mukbang, you know, going on. Miss Jenn got a story time to tell y'all about.
Yeah, I need to just take a bite here real quick.
Yeah. The mukbang. I say mukbang. Some people say mukbang. I like a mukbang. I like the mukbang more better.
Yeah, I think mukbang
sounds more better.
Mukbang.
Mukbang. I like mukbang. So you know. Oh, hold that thought.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys the experience that I had. It wasn't yesterday. It would have been the day before. So that would have been what, Wednesday?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that's what you told me.
And I was with my mom. And we went into this thrift shop, like a second-hand store. Like, my mom loves going to Goodwill. You know, like, I was raised in going to there. I love them. I think they're wonderful. Only this place was called the Dove's Nest. So, Mom went in, you know. I had a lady come up kind of behind me. So, I had opened up the door, but she was kind of like right behind me that I couldn't regularly like just open up the door. So, I kind of like had the door open and, you know, like she went in. And I would say she was probably in her, late 40s, maybe early 50s, mid 50s at the most. And, you know, she smiled, you know, once we kind of got in this store, she was like, you know, thank you so much. Like, that was very nice. You put a smile on my face. You just don't get that, you know, very often anymore with just gestures, nice gestures. And I looked at her and I said, well, you know, you're very welcome. And, you know, I agree with you. The world's kind of changed a little bit. And I said, and I hope you have a blessed day. She looked me dead in my face and was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. And I just kind of like looked at her and she was like, my dad would say that all the time. You don't hear that very often. You know, she's like, my dad said, have a blessed day all the time to people. And I looked at her and I said, just know it's a validation that your dad is with you in spirit right here, right now. And just with something as minimal as that, like, it means, you know, like, it meant a lot. She kind of started tearing up and she says, are you psychic? And I giggled and I'm like, no, I'm not. But I do believe in mediums. I do believe that sometimes, whether you call them spirits, whether you call them angels, I believe that people come through just to remind us that they are still with us all the time. Which leads me into some stories.
Who believes in spirits? Who believes in mediums? Who watches Long Island Medium?
Yeah, we watched
Teresa Caputo, you said?
Yes. John Edwards is another really good medium, I think.
She's pretty good.
Okay, I need to take a bite.
It's good. Add more.
Watching her last night made me realize, that I wanted to share the story because she gave me chills. You know, because I do want to remember that, like, my dad or, you know, my best friend Jasmine, like, they're with me at all points and times. And I've said over, you know, a few videos that, like, I know that, like, a lady has, you know, walked past and, you know, I have smelt Jasmine's perfume and, you know, been thinking about her.
I remember that.
I've seen the one time that I saw this guy on a motorcycle, like, had the same type of shirt that, like, my dad would wear. Like, my daddy was a Harley guy. And the bike was almost the same. You know, and he looked just like my dad. And to me, it makes me feel better to just say, okay, that was my validation, that my dad is with me, or that Jasmine is with me, or my grandma, you know, like my grandma's with me. She was a Krabby Roads lady. She would send me things in the mail with Krabby Road. And sometimes I giggle because I, you know, like, that's just my validation of just knowing that our loved ones are on the other side and they're proud of us and they see us and they're with us. And it just makes me feel better knowing that, you know, like, that's how you can look on life. Not everybody's gonna believe in him. There's a lot of skeptics out there, and that's okay. Like,
well,
that's
yeah,
your
believe
choice.
what you want to believe. But who believes in that? Who believes in the afterlife, spirits? Who believes that you yourself have also been given validation that a loved one was there with you? You know.
Have you?
Oh yes.
So are you, but you said you're not sure if you truly believe in it.
You know what? Because of Christ, I believe in all things are possible. But because I have never actually witnessed it myself, it's not that I don't believe, but I would like to.
You mean like an interpretation or something?
Right.
I
would like to see firsthand for myself. But sometimes, you know, too, and now this, what I've heard, and do I believe like Teresa Caputo falls in this factor? No, I don't. But some say you can't go to like what do they call them? Psychics or voodoo doctors or whatever, and get a reading. That's they've been said that's evil.
Right.
You're not supposed to do that. But what Teresa does is read spirits. You know, I would like to see for myself because maybe
they just come to her.
She said she tells people things that she would not know that someone told her. So yeah, I like to see for myself. When I ever go to a tarot card reader or something, no, I would never do that. I would never go. I wouldn't play with that because that's something that you're not supposed to do. That's like evil. I would never do that. Some people do it. Oh,
she doesn't read the future.
Right, but I mean, even reading, like, it's supposed to be reading spirits, all that stuff, it's supposed to be evil. Because that's God. And you can't take God's place by trying to read the future or people talking to spirits and stuff or whatever. But I would, if I could, I would love to meet her one day, and just and see if I could hear from like my grandmothers, my grandfather, my cousin, someone that's passed away in my family. Now, I lived in St. Louis. My Aunt Vicky told me she actually seen a spirit, and it was her uncle. And she told me what she did was that she took pennies and turned them upside down to keep the spirits away. I used to get so freaked out to go over spin out of her house. Every time I go over her house, I would see the pennies on the floor upside down. Not all over, just in like certain spots. But she told me she seen him one night. She got up out of the bed, and he was in the hallway with his long trench coat on and his hat. She literally said she's seen him, and I believe my auntie. I believe her. But because I've never seen it, you know, whom I say is not true. But one thing that happened to me after my car accident, because I love my grandmother so much, and she was always there for me as far as calling me, asking me if I had been in church. Look, Charles, you been in church? Well, that's how you talk to God. You know, and I missed her so much. I actually prayed when I got out of the hospital. I actually prayed that she did not come and see me, because I was so scared. I thought she would, because I missed her so much, and I was so thankful that she was there to help to save my life. I prayed that she wouldn't come and see me because I thought she would. But at the same time, you know, you kind of want to see just to prove yourself wrong, but you don't want to see. It's a catch-22. You want to see, but you don't.
Right.
But, you know, I believe in it. And I've heard songs, especially when it comes to gospel songs, because my grandparents, grandmothers were so God-fearing. When I hear like certain gospel songs, when I watch certain gospel movies, it puts my mind on them. I think I start, I tear up and I get emotional. And to me, that's validation that they're there with me, because of how we were raised, how they always talked about God and being God-fearing. You know, to me, that's validation that they were there, that they're there. You know, certain times I've been at work and certain things have happened, and all of a sudden something else happens where it gets me out of a bad situation. And to me, that's someone.
Your take on
my angel, my grandmother, my grandfather. So somebody in my family had been there for me. Right. You know, that's my validation that I feel that is. So
see, and I feel that. So again, when it comes to like my dad and stuff, so my dad passed away on January 29th, 2015. Bianca, you know, had been there through, you know, when he was at home passing away. She wasn't there when he passed away. But it was just a few days before, and, excuse me, like, the day that she was there, like, he just kept on rubbing on her belly, and he would call DJ, you know, my little monkey, and, you know, he would just continue to rub on her belly. And, you know, again, her being young, you know, we just always wanted the best for her. So it wasn't you know, in the beginning of her pregnancy, it wasn't, you know, like the best. And, you know, we were kind of like disappointed and, you know, things like that. But it changes. We're parents or grandparents. We just want the best. And I remember him telling, I'm not sure if it was her or if it was my mom or even if it was me, that he didn't want to pass. Like, he wanted to meet, you know, like DJ. He wanted to try to live as long as, you know, like he wanted to live. So DJ wasn't even due until April 1st. And, you know, like we knew that my dad was sick. It was 2 weeks later that DJ was born to the day. 8 weeks premature. And Bianca and I were, so DJ went into the NICU, and so he was in the little, you know, incubator, and you had to wear the gloves, and, you know, you had the little doors closed and stuff like that. And there were multiple times that the door was open. Like, I believe that my dad passed to save DJ's life. That his soul, you know, like DJ needed that extra strength, and DJ needed that full protection. And I think that my dad played tricks on us all the time with DJ. I believe that DJ still to this day, like, looks around and looks up and kind of talks, and I believe that it's probably my dad talking to him.
Because, you know, they say kids see things we don't.
I truly believe that it was because, you know, like, Dad's passing was the reason why DJ ended up being so strong. Like, he's a strong little boy. He made it, you know, he made it through.
I truly believe in things like that because, like I said, with my accident, how she feels that her dad was there for DJ. My grandmothers were God-fearing women. My dad's mom died in March of the same year I had my car accident. They said I should have died in that car accident. My mom, when she got the call, she went to the scene of the accident instead of the hospital because she thought I was still there. She said when she got there, she felt out. She knew I was dead because of how smashed up my car was. When the woman pulled me out of the car, I met the woman that saved my life. When she pulled me out of the car, I didn't have a heartbeat or a pulse. I didn't have either one. And she was actually a registered nurse that was moving that weekend. So I was pretty lucky that she was there around, because if she had not been, I may not have made it. But she gave me mouth to mouth. It didn't work. They had to wait for the cops to get there with the resuscitator bags that they used to bring me back. So, and I feel like my grandmother gave her life to save mine. And then my other grandmother, I seen her in the hospital. Out of all my family members, I only seen her face. That's why I put the praying hands on my chest with the dates they passed away. So I can attest to that, saying that, you know, someone died to save my life. Like she's saying her dad died for DJ to make DJ so strong and healthy. And DJ, I remember when her talking about that, DJ would just look around. I'm like, what is he looking at? Mm-hmm. You don't see nothing. We don't see nothing, hear anything. And DJ would just look around. I'm like, what the? Something's going on. And even the dogs at time would do that. Mm-hmm. No noise in the house, no noise outside, but the dogs would look around. I'm like, okay, something ain't right.
Yeah, I think my dad and Jasmine mess with me quite often.
I mean, I believe in afterlife. I believe that
some people have seen
when you die, you're not just dead, because
you don't really understand it.
God talks about eternal life with Him, us having, you know, our own earth, green grass, green pastures, you know, streets paved with gold. You know, it's talked about in the Bible. So do I believe? Yes, I'm a God-fearing person. I'm a Christian. I mean, I believe. So yes, I believe in all of that. So us talking about this is not just talk. It's how I feel, how I was raised, what I believe in.
I just feel that, you know, it needed to be spread. Just something, honestly, I wasn't expecting it. I just wanted to have a blessed day. I opened up the door for her. She said thank you. I said absolutely. I hope you have a blessed day. And her dad came through just to let her know that he was there with her, and she teared up and said thank you so much. You have literally made my day.
But you know, we've had that. Let us know. You know, you gotta tell us the whole story, and if you want, we love to read it. But if anyone has had a validation of someone that has passed, and you have known that they were there for you, right there standing beside you, or to bring you out of something, or to tell you, you know what, turn around, walk away. Don't do that. What has made you have a second thought about something? And well, you know what? Somebody, you know, that was my dad, my mom, my sister, my brother, told me to walk away, turn around. What second thought, what family member, a friend was there for you when you needed them the most? Let us know, fam.
There's a lot of angels out there.
It can be a touchy subject for some. Like I said, this is us. We believe. If you don't, that's okay.
Right.
I'm not here to judge you. That's not my place.
Exactly.
But for those who do believe and have stories, let us know.
Yeah.
I would love to read it. I love to know, because that's special. I mean, that's touching. I would love to know that. But fam, I can't eat the whole thing. I'm getting kind of full. I'm killing my diet. I gotta get the workout in tonight.
I'm done.
Still early, but
I just needed this. I'm off that diet, and I needed some food.
So let's hear some of your stories, fam.
Thank you so much for everything. I can't do all that. But don't forget to subscribe.
No, thank you. Ow.
Like.
I meant some stories now.
And share.
With the people.
Everyone.
Some more people.
Everyone.
And some more people.
Hallelujah.
Hey,
did I say my grace before? Did I just dip in?
Father God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for the food that we have received. Thank you to bless us and nourish our bodies. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I'm sorry, Jesus. I really did thank you.
I dipped in too. You know, like I say, with Jenn coming back, man, we getting excited. This video's coming for y'all. Somebody y'all probably gonna like to meet. He coming. It's gonna be a good time. As she gets better, we have more better stuff coming out for you. Get back to the fun. Me too, man. My diet is shot. It's good though. That's good.
Spirit
Fingers.